Good morning. Good morning from Melbourne, Australia. Good evening to friends in North America, and hello to anyone watching on replay. My name is Nancy Hetker, and I'm an independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator in Melbourne, Australia. And today I've got a couple different versions of the same sketch to share with you. Let me start by showing you one of them. This card, I've cased this from, oh, now I've just blanked on her name. Hello, Paula. Thanks for joining me while I have my little senior moment here. Amy Conders. She has the OE like I do, and I'm not sure how she says it. But she did a version of this card with the Regal Flora, and I am going to do it. I'm going to show you. We're going to make one in this colorway as well. This one is the Blackberry Bliss, and this one is Night of Navy. And then I'm going to show you using the same sketch for inspiration with a totally different set. Totally different products. Yeah, so I've already cut my designer series paper. I don't want that piece. To fit on my card front. So I'm just going to go ahead and get these glued down and out of the way. Hi, Gladys. Hi, Kate. Glad you guys could join me today. It's pretty exciting in Stampin' Up! World. We are getting close to launching our new annual catalog. That will be next week. But also for a couple of days at the end of this week, if you place an order, you will get double Stampin' Rewards points. And the Stampin' Rewards points are a new thing, and we are very excited about those. So instead of 10% back to spend on a future purchase, you'll be getting 20% back to spend on a future purchase, which is awesome, especially if there are last chance items you've been wanting to get. Great time. And speaking of last chance, at least here in Australia, this paper is still on last chance. I think the stamp set and maybe the dies have sold out, but the paper is still available, and it's such pretty paper. So there is my card base all ready to go. Now we're going to do some stamping. And this is the Regal Flora stamp set. And I'm sorry this isn't carrying over. I like the stamp set and the images themselves. I absolutely love this label die, but we'll be using these. I just stuck the dies in the stamp case. I don't usually do that, but because it's on its way out and I kind of needed my magnet sheets for some new things, I did that. But we're going to be using those dies. And here are the stamps we're using. And these are the distinctive ones. They've got that watercolory effect. So we're going to stamp these flowers. And with these, you want to make sure you don't clog them up with too much ink, or you don't get that watercolor effect. That's a little bit too much ink, I think. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to bring in my spoon, or you can use a bone folder or like a butter knife, and I'm just pushing some of that ink down to one end. Liquids find their level. It will flow back over time, but right now I want that to be a little less juicy in there so I can hopefully get a more detailed image. There, that's much better. Can you see how that's just, I call it blort, full of ink? Well, I have that there. This is my inside piece. I'm going to just stamp it there. I'm going to... Kate, did you have your operation after all? Your eye operation? Oh, I'm so glad. I hate it when it's all crazy. So hopefully you can see the difference between those two. And then we're going to stamp one of these flowers right there. I'm going to set that aside for a moment. Clean that one off. Close up that ink pad. Bring in my shaded spruce. Now we need 2 of these leaf clusters. And I know from my other stamping that this one is in pretty good shape there. There we go. Hi, Mom. Hi, Sarah. Oh, I'm glad it helped, too. Nothing worse than doing something major like that and not having good effects right away. Okay, I've got my little cut and emboss, my mini cut and emboss. Some people call them the baby boss. Sorry, just getting my tape. Oh, goodness. I don't know if you've been able to see. Oh, I'm off the camera. Goodness. Is this swinging again? I don't know what's going on here. Well, we've definitely gotten cooler weather. You may notice I am actually wearing a longer sleeve shirt today. Because it has been much cooler, which is definitely a good thing in my book. Sorry, just concentrating on getting that lined up right. And here's this one. Today's nice and sunny, so my craft room gets a lot of direct morning sun. So I have this weird thing where the air temperature is cool, but because I get a lot of direct morning sun, I have kind of a greenhouse effect in my craft room, which warms it up. So like I often have to dress differently in my craft room than the rest of my house. But we'll get it worked out. Okay, there's 2 of those. And that one. Set that aside for now. Let's bring this back in. Oh, and let's do, I know, we have to do our sentiment. So, I've got Missing You. This set also has this thanks that would work really well right there. I'm sticking with Missing You. All right, bring this back in. And this is the smallest die. Now, is this just drifting on its own? Because that's where I just put it back. And this was the problem last week too. Let me see if I tighten this. That should do it. Okay. It's not that it's technology, it's just it's having a mind of its own. So this just fits in here on this little smallest banner die from Stylish Shapes. And of course you could use any one that you wanted. Remember, if you're using this Post-it tape or any washi tape or what painter's tape, whatever, do dab it up against your clothing a little bit before you stick it down the first time, because you really want to make sure it's not super sticky. So now we're just going to lay these out. We want one up about like that. And one coming off down there. Some flowers there, some flowers there. I'm going to move it all over that way, but guess what's coming in first? Everybody say it together. Press and seal. That in just a bit. Gotta love it. At least I do. And I'm going to use dimensionals. There we go. There we go. And do about like that. And add some mini dimensionals to the back of this one. I'm going to put that right there. Straight, maybe. Oh my goodness, how crooked can we go? There we go. And These are the Regal foiled adhesive back dots that were part of this suite. And I'm going to add a few of those. Oh, come here. Uh-huh. One, two, three. And then this piece that we stamped right here goes inside. And there is that one. Alongside this one. Now, let's change up the vibe, huh? I decided this sketch is really nice. It uses some DSP. It's got nice space to have a focal image. I like the sketch. Like I said, Amy did it. She did both of these. I think she used a smaller circle, so that's a change I've made. And but she basically did those. And I thought, how else could I use that sketch with something completely different? So I went and I found this, sticking to the photopolymer stamps, Round We Go bundle. And I like, when I first saw it, people doing a lot of things with like the pinwheels with this strip. But I like the circles. I like them cheerful, bursty circles. So I thought, well, let's see what we can do with this. So I said, okay, we're doing circles. Let's pull in some of this beautiful bouquet paper that has the circles, and there's my contrast. So Berry Burst and Balmy Blue. And then since all of these things are circles, maybe I'd do something that wasn't a circle for the big mat. So I did one of these hexagons. And I did do a little bit of this in advance just because I wanted to see how it came out versus what was in my head. So I've got both of these. Again, I'm trying to kind of replicate the idea that we've got those two clusters of flowers. And they were all the same color. And even though that went over like that, I like it better like this, I think. And then so those were stamped with these stamps and cut out with these two dies, outline dies. But I think I'm going to stamp, they've got circles. I think I'm going to stamp the Balmy Blue on the inside because it's just too much white. So I'm going to bring those in, and I'm going to bring in my foam Stampin' Pierce mat. Because these are really solid images, and I get a better impression, I think, when I do it. So, let's see how my lining up skills are today. Get it really nicely inked, because it's a solid image. It'll do. Whoops, we need the bigger one for this one. And these do have coordinating dies, but I'm just stamping directly in there. I think that will do just fine. I like that better than without. We'll just clean those off real fast. this back in. Just let's go ahead and glue things down like we did before. So this one is a weird, I don't know, weird color combo somehow. On the back side of this one, it was like balmy blue and berry burst together, which kind of made, or fresh freesia in there, and a little bit, I don't even know. Okay, so those are on there, and now let's get the hexagon on. Trying to get it even and centered and all of that jazz. There we go. Hopefully that's good. Okay, so now let's bring these back in. See if we do it that way or this way. I like it much better with the balmy blue inside. And then from some scraps, I did cut out these guys, which are these two dies. I can tell I'm going to wish I had put adhesive sheet on the back. But my scraps, if you look here, you can see my scrap wasn't quite big enough. But that's okay, because I am going to tuck it under. And again, on this one, it's cut off here, but it's okay, because it's going to go under, and nobody's going to see that. And I will probably turn it just a bit so that, yeah. So let's get some glue on these. So what I'm going to try to do, I don't know what you can see, is I'm going to squeeze it till there's just a drop of glue there. And I'm going to try to hold tension on there so that drop of glue just sits there. And I'm just going to touch it to each of these spokes, petals. I want to go fast enough that these itty bitties don't dry out, but I want to keep it really small because I don't want them oozing out either. And where it goes is where it goes, is what I've decided. And same thing on this one. Oh, see, I'd even stamped last week's project. And then I just cut out on the other side. So there's a little stamping on that side. That's okay. There we go. There are those two. And now I'm going to pop these up, I think. And see, both of those cut edges are underneath there. Nobody will ever know except you guys. go. If I wanted to, I could put a drop of glue there. Now I just need a sentiment. So now I need to figure out which one I want to do. I think I want to do this time to celebrate. I'm just going to find a good scrap for that. I'm going to see. No, I don't like that. Hang tight for a minute here. Let's try that. This is a hexagon that's out of something fancy, and it's going away too, but while it's here, we'll make use of it. Bye, Sarah. Thanks for joining me. Yeah. You know what we might do too? You know this trick about putting just a bit of color at the edge by touching it to the pad? Yeah. Just to make it stand out a tiny bit more. Now, I realize I could have done that with, cut that out with maybe like one of those or something. Not sure that's big enough. Yeah, I don't think that would have been big enough. So I'm glad I went with what I did. And just thinking about embellishments. These are really retired. What are they? Solid faceted gems. I'm not sure this one needs anything. I know people say, oh, it always could use something, but those are Berry Burst. Those are Berry Burst. There we go. Let's see what we got here. That one and that one. Believe it or not, same sketch, 2 ways. What do you think? Do you have a favorite? I don't know. Does it look kind of dark to you? I've even got my phone light on today. I don't know. Yeah, I'm liking that. I mean, I like this too. I do really like this one, but this one, yeah, I'm pleased with that. So there you go. See, you get inspiration from that and come up with one of your own. I challenge you. Pull out a sketch and make it yours. It's a lot of fun to do. So I will be back same time, same place next week. In the meantime, if you would like one of the new annual catalogs, or to shop with me, or to see a blog post on these projects, nancysniftynotes.com, or reach out to me by email, nancy@nancysniftynotes.com. You can also find nancysniftynotes.com on Facebook, where you are right now on my page. You can message me through there as well. And I will see you next week. Bye-bye.